games. All right, so interesting. The Associated Press 2022 All-Pro First Team is out. Care to hear it, fellas?
Yes.
Okay. Patrick Mahomes is the starting quarterback. Could that be
Of
a
course.
precursor to the MVP? Probably.
Yep.
Your running back is Josh Jacobs, deservedly so.
Yep.
Tight end Travis Kelce.
Yep.
Wide receivers Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, and Devontae Adams.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not
Can't argue with
surprised.
none of that.
Okay. Yep.
Left tackle is Trent Williams.
Can't argue with that.
Right tackle is Lane Johnson.
I can't argue with that.
Left guard is Joe Bitonio of Cleveland.
Yep.
Right guard is Zach Martin.
Yep.
So it's basically the same team as the NFLPAs
So far.
Yeah.
Your center is Jason Kelce.
Okay.
Status quo. Yep.
Your edge rushers, Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons.
What?
Not Hassan Reddick.
No. Come on, man. No. If you said Myles Garrett, I said okay. But not Micah Parsons.
Well, he does have more sacks than
He only had 13. The other two had 16.
Oh, does he? I thought he had 16 also.
And at least Reddick has more forced fumbles too.
Yes. Are you serious?
Yep. So your interior D line, Chris Jones of Kansas City and Quinnen Williams of the Jets, both really good.
Okay.
Very, very good.
Okay.
I mean, you can make a case for Hargrave with the sacks, but those two are studs.
No, they're better than putting Lawrence there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. They had Lawrence there.
That's right. You're right, Barrett. Yeah, Dexter Lawrence of the Giants.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I didn't think that was I understand he has 7.5 sacks, but he's a run stopper. He's a stud in stopping the run.
Yeah.
And that's probably why they gave it to him. Because even for him to be a run stopper and have 7.5 sacks, that's still special. But Hargraves had 13. But I mean, he didn't even make the Pro Bowl though. He's a Pro Bowl alternate. That's crazy to me.
That's crazy. Come on, are you serious?
That is nonsense. You're right. Your linebackers, Fred Warner of the 49ers, Roquan Smith of the Ravens, and Matt Milano of the Bills.
I get that also.
I'll go with
they're
that.
all
Okay.
They're hard to argue. Your corners, Derek, because you brought this up the other day.
Yes.
Sauce Gardner
Yep.
is the starter.
Deservedly so.
And Patrick Surtain from Denver.
Ooh, that's a tough. I can't argue with either one of
No,
those.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that also.
I cannot argue with either. I mean, I know, and when I looked at the NFLPA's list, I would say Bradbury deserved it more than Slay.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yep.
Especially the way the season ended for Slay and Bradbury. Your safeties, Minka Fitzpatrick from the Steelers, and Barrett, your boy, Talanoa Hufanga.
Hufanga, yeah.
From the
Taloa
49ers.
Hufanga from the 49ers. He's the real deal, bro.
Yep. Your special teams, your kicker is Daniel Carlson from the Raiders. Your punter is Tommy Townsend from the Chiefs, your kick returner. Okay. And this is justified, Derek. Keyshawn Nixon from Green Bay.
Absolutely.
Punt returner, and this is good too. This is a better list than the one we went through the other day. Anyway, Marcus Jones is your punt returner for the Patriots. He's a nasty punt returner.
Yes. Yes.
Your special teamer in general is the great story, by the way, this guy, Jeremy Reeves. He's the one they surprised with the All-Pro selection. Remember that, Ron Rivera? They were doing some tears and happy for him. Your long snapper is Andrew De Paula from the Vikings. I don't have a lot of beefs with the AP list.
I don't.
Yeah, I can't beef with those picks. I mean, I know Philadelphia.
Only one pick.
What?
Only one guy, and that's
which one was your? Yeah, who was your?
Parsons being there.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, man. Parsons had 13.5 sacks. Myles Garrett, Hassan Reddick both had 16. Are you serious?
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Another one of these favoritism picks.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Well, let's face it, and whether we like it or not, Parsons is on the hype train. It doesn't matter what happens, man. The focus is on him, so he's going to get any benefits of the doubt when it comes to these kind of, these All-Star game votings, if you will. These Pro Bowl votings.
Well, at least now, Hassan Reddick is on the radar now. Now he'll fall into it next year.
You're right, Barrett. Right on
into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if he has similar numbers next year, you'll see him in some of these.
Yep.
I truly believe that. So, it was always interesting. How that shook out.
Wow.
Go ahead, Derek.
I still can't believe they picked Parsons over Garrett or Reddick. Come on, man. Seriously.
Yeah. I hear you. Eagles practicing today. So the practice Thursday and Friday, yesterday and today this week. and then they're off for the weekend. Jalen Hurts practiced yesterday. You know, the reports were there was, limitations to what he did. Josh Sweat practiced. Great sign.
That's a good thing.
Yep. He's back. Your guy Sippos has the boot off now.
Oh no.
I know. But listen,
he said, "Oh no."
Listen, Brett Kern has stunk. Well, let's call it like it is. Okay, Sippos might not be the worst thing in the world with him coming back. I'm just saying.
See if we can get a boot on Sippos' other foot.
I thought you were gonna say see if we get a boot on Kern.
On Kern.
Give him the boot. Yeah, so that's kind of where things are with them practicing today, and then back at it. I guess next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. See if you get a jump on it a little bit. And again, won't know. Could know the opponent tomorrow. Could know the opponent at 11:30 Monday night. Just the way it is. You're getting the lowest seed you can get.
Well, if Seattle found a way to upset 49ers, we know by tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right?
I don't think that's happening. Nah, I don't see that.
I don't feel great about that one.
I think it's coming down to I think it's going to, as much as I feel the Giants can go into Minneapolis and upset the Vikings, which would be an immediate phone call to who, which I'm sure he would not return my calls for days.
Your brother.
I think yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my. Let me tell you something. As soon as that game is over, if the Vikings blow that game, I am calling, and I'm going to call all day until he answers. But I think it's going to come down. We won't know. We're going to be held in suspense. I think it's going to be either Dallas or Tampa Bay coming to Philly.
Yeah, it'll be one of those two.
Yeah.
I just can't see. I can't see the 49ers losing it, but we are talking about a rookie quarterback, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, they haven't played as intense as they've been playing the last 3 or 4 games. I guess they kind of coasted into the playoffs. But, I mean, the Raiders had them on the edge also.
They took them to overtime.
Yeah, so, there's always a possibility any given Sunday. That's why right now everybody's talking about how the Eagles kind of coasted into the and have, been playing bad. To me, that means nothing. You go into the playoffs, it doesn't matter. You got to go out there and you just got to play, man. I mean, and the only thing, we got a veteran at the quarterback position. Yep. 49ers got a rookie.
Yeah.
And eventually, rookies will start playing like rookies. So there's a high pressure situation. You never know. We all know how Jalen's going to react under pressure. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
Saying he's shown the capacity to be cool and calm, under duress. That defense wins championships. Defense will get you over the hump. Defense will hide a lot of the flaws of that young quarterback also. So it worked. Super Bowl 40, Super Bowl I was in, there's no way offensively, as far as throwing the ball, that we should have been in the Super Bowl. We didn't have really a passing game. We would be in bunch formation with 12 personnel, 2 tight ends with Toomer and Miller. And that was our passing game. We'd run bunch left, bunch right, and we could run all our run plays out of the same formation.
Wow.
We were just pounding people, though. We were pounding people, man. We ran the ball, and that was it. What they do have in their favor, they do have a good running back, though. So that's going to help them out a lot also. That plus a good fullback, a good running back, a good fullback, and a good tight end. Kittle, I can't even pronounce the fullback's name, who's a Pro Bowler.
Jusic.
Oh, yeah. Jusic,
yeah. And then you have you have Christian back there. Christian.
But they got speed everywhere, dude. You got Ayuk, you got McCaffrey, you got Debo's back. They got speed all over the field.
Yep.
They got everything. This team is a perfect umbrella around this rookie quarterback.
Yep.
Who has become one of the talks of the league, and rightfully so when you look at his numbers. But as Barrett said, and we talked about it yesterday, the intensity and the pressure and the magnitude of a playoff games is 50 times more and greater than a regular season game.
It goes up 20%.
There is no tomorrow.
Yep, the intensity level goes up 20% at each point during the season. It goes up 20%.
Yeah.
So when we go from those first 4 or 5 games, it goes up 20% from preseason to those first 4 games. Then another 20% for those next 8 games. Another 20%, 4 more games. It just goes up 20%. You get to the playoffs, it's going to go up 20% again. The intensity level just goes up. But people say, people talk about this 49er team. I'm looking at the Eagles. Look at all the speed we have. Speed at the wide receiver position.
Yep.
Speed at the tight end position.
Yep.
Speed at the running back position.
Absolutely.
Speed at the quarterback position.
Yep.
A dual threat on the defensive side of the ball. Speed everywhere on the defensive side of the ball. Cover guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have everything. We don't just have one Joey Bosa. We've got two Joey Bosas and then two guys that can rush the passer. We have it all. We have the perfect mix of what you need to win a championship.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
No question about it.
So
I will say this too about San Francisco, right? As much as people throughout most of the year talked about the Eagles' schedule and what, it's so easy and all that. During their 10-game win streak, and look, that's nothing to sneeze at. It's unbelievable. But if you work your way backwards, it was Arizona, who was terrible. It was the Raiders, who stink. Yep. It was Washington, who's not a good football team, mediocre at best.
Yep.
It was Seattle. Now, granted, that playoff team, so I'm not going to take much away from that. And it was at Seattle, not easy.
Yep.
Tampa, who is a playoff team but under 500. Miami.
They were good at that time.
They were good at that point.
I give that.
Yeah.
New Orleans, Arizona again. And the Rams are mixed in there too, as are the Chargers. So, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't any good wins, but there's a lot of slop. And I feel like if that was the Eagles' last 10 and they went on a 10-game win streak, people would be like, who do they play? But
didn't we go on what were we on a 12-game win streak? We didn't lose to week 13, right?
To Washington.
Yeah, so we act like we ain't gone on a 10-game win streak.
Right.
Come on, man. Say that, man. Like I said, I keep telling people, bro. I just don't see
8-game. It started off 8-0. They were 8-0. I'm sorry.
8-0.
Oh, okay.
Well, apples, oranges off.
But then they won their next 5 after that.
Right.
So they've had an 8-game winning streak and a 5-game winning streak in the body of their season, which is pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. But I don't know, man. Part of it is I think it's nationally, but the other part of it, I think we pick everything apart so much locally too.
Yep.
That we almost do ourselves an in-service or a disservice with it sometimes. Yep. So I think it's a little bit of everything.
It's what we do. It's what we do here in Philly, Rob.
It is
what we do.
You're right about that. Hey, so here's what we have today. Mike Catalana is going to join us coming up at 12:30. Mike is the sports director for the ABC affiliate in Buffalo, and he was on hand in Cincinnati. God, it was 2 Monday nights ago, whatever it was at this point, when Damar Hamlin got injured. And went through everything that's happened there. And he's going to kind of walk us through that night, this unbelievable story from him, what's happening in Buffalo, talk about the game. Buffalo's got the Dolphins. And we'll just dive into everything, the AFC and the NFC and the playoffs. He's also from South Jersey, so he's a big Eagles fan and follower. So we'll talk some Eagles with him as well. And then at 2:30, Dan Koob is going to join us from Sport Trade. We'll talk to him about the weekend games. But we'll talk Eagles at 1. At 2 o'clock, at 1:30, we're going to go into every single playoff game. We're going to break every one of those games down. At 2 o'clock, we'll do our usual NFL segment. We'll do our NFL power rankings for the close of the season. And then, and like I said, we'll have Dan coming up at 2:30. So we got a lot in store for you coming up. But yeah, it's weird. It's a good thing and a bad thing when you have the bye. It's good, especially for this team, because they can rest up, get guys healthy and all those kind of things. But it puts you take a little bit of a momentum hit, if you will, if you're sitting out. Now, I think every team would take that momentum hit in a heartbeat. Ultimately it's a good thing. But in terms of like momentum, in terms like with talk and whatnot, I think it takes a little bit away from all that. Because you know what you end up doing? Invariably, you're not looking at the game ahead and the team you're playing. You start picking apart everything from your team. And that's kind of the mode that we're in right now with the Eagles.
That's exactly what we're looking at. Instead of looking at what could potentially be a great team going, we're going to say everything that's wrong with this team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to tear them down. We're not going to build them up. I hate that, man.
Yeah.
Let's build them up, man. Let's build them up.
And you're going to have so many anxious people because you're going to have 12 teams playing. And even though everybody's breathing a sigh of relief that your team has that first round bye, they want to get their team on the field, get them in action, So Monday is Monday either by Sunday night or Monday night, people are going to be in a feeding frenzy about what's to come at the link 6 days. Let's say Monday, because I firmly believe it'll be Dallas or
Tampa.
And people are going to be in a feeding frenzy by Tuesday.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
I hear you. Yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to it. All right, let's do this. Let's get a timeout here. And when we come back, Mike Catalano's going to join us. We'll talk to him about everything DeMar Hamlin, Buffalo, Eagles, jump around the NFL, look at the AFC playoff picture with Mike as well. So a lot to dive into. Don't go anywhere on this Friday. Derek Gunn, Barrett Brooks, Rob Ellis. We're Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. All right, knowing who to trust with your finances can be really tricky, right? And I went through it for a long time. Finally found the right person, and that's Jim Murray and Principal Financial Group. And I can tell you it was the best move I ever made, whether it's retirement planning, 401k review, insurance review. You might have a small business and you're trying to set up your employee benefits. That's another resource that Jim can help you with. I know personally I've entrusted my IRA, my 401k rollovers from previous stops. And I'll tell you, Jim is absolutely unbelievable, not only with investing your money the right way, but also answering any questions you may have along the way. You can give him a call, 610-996-4751, 610-996-4751. You can email him as well, Murray, Murray.Jim@principal.com. That's Murray.Jim@principal.com.